death and I know.
Hello, fellow humans.
Hi.
Welcome to Educating Ellie. I'm still here with Beth, aka
Witch's Ink.
that's the one. That's her YouTube name, look her up. We are both relatively new to Booktube.
We are.
If you're relatively new to Booktube, Booktube is Bookie YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah. YouTube about
books.
For you all to get to know us here on Booktube, we thought we would do a tag created by Ariel Bissett. This is the book sacrifice tag. So we are going to do this. We've added an extra scenario, so we have 5 books times 2, 10 books to trash talk a bit.
Yeah.
We're not saying that they're bad. We're not insulting anyone. We're just having a bit of fun.
Yes.
Scenario number 1: you're in the library,
Okay.
and bam, zombie apocalypse. There's a group of zombies coming at you. Luckily, all of these zombies used to be literature teachers, and the only way that you can distract them for a good long while is giving them an overhyped book. That is a book which everybody said you were going to enjoy, that everyone said you loved, but you really hated.
I'm gonna go straight to The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Why?
Because I decided before watching the film that I was going to read this book because everyone was obsessed with the film and therefore with the book. So I read it and fell asleep quite often because it's really boring. The characters are a bit... The only thing that I liked that was Gatsby kept going, oh boy, oh spot.
Okay,
So yeah.
I'm going to throw a curveball into the mix. Some of you may remember this book, How I Live Now by Meg Rossoff, aka the worst young adult book I was forced to read as a child. This is about an American woman who goes to live with her cousins in the countryside of Britain, and then she's 15 and war starts and then she falls in love with her cousin. I don't like it. I don't remember much of it because I was quite young when I read it. I was 12 or 13. Maybe I would like it more now. But at the time, I thought, why, Mum? Why would you buy me this book? So that is how I am going to stave off the zombie apocalypse. Meg Rossoff's, or Rossoff's, I'm not 100% sure, How I Live Now.
Scenario number 2. You are walking down the street and all of a sudden, your hair's on fleek and, you're just having a nice stroll and all of a sudden the heavens open and a downpour just sort of belting down. But you have to pick a sequel that you could use as an umbrella. What would you pick to shelter you from the rain?
Harperlee's Go Set a Watchman. I'm sure no one is going to disagree with me that this book was such a huge disappointment. After however many years we waited, we studied To Kill a Mockingbird at school, we learned to love Atticus Finch, we learnt to love Jem, and the only character that we can still love after finishing this book is Scout. It's like destroying your childhood dreams.
I think if you're going to wait that long to decide to write a sequel, just don't.
Actually, I think this book was originally, it wasn't written as far away from To Kill a Mockingbird as you think. It was written around the same time, but it was declined by many publishing houses because of the ideas and the themes and the tropes presented. Some people would say this is a very complex and very well-rounded depiction of the South at the time. I do not. This destroyed my childhood. This is my sequel.
I'm going to pick, and I'm sure most of you will agree with me on this, The Cursed Child. Because, no. Why? What? How? Why? Why?
I feel like that's all you need to say.
There's so many things wrong with this. I don't know where to begin. We'll do a separate video. Look out for that. And, yeah.
What I think is interesting is that we've both chosen hardback books. So these are books that we both got when they first came out because we were so excited about them coming out.
Yeah.
And we got them straight away, and we were both slightly disappointed.
Very disappointed.
Next one. You're in an English lit lecture at university or at school, and your lecturer is banging on and on and on about this classic, a classic book that they think is the best thing known to mankind, best thing ever written, why this is the reason that language was invented. You disagree. So you decide to throw your classic at your professor's head.
With full force.
What have you chosen, Beth?
Wuthering Heights. Now, I'm not saying that this is a badly written book. I think it's very well written, and I think that Emily Bronte is a good writer. But for me, the characters are all so horrible that I just don't like it. And there's not a lot that actually goes, it's just kind of back and forth between these two houses. And there's a lot of wailing and whining. But yeah, all the characters are just such horrible, horrible people. It's gotta be this.
Mine, War and Peace.
It's quite a hefty... I could do some damage.
It's in a box. There are 2 copies. One to the head, one to the crotch. I've never read War and Peace. I tried to watch the TV series. Wasn't into it.
I was, but...
And I just think,
yeah.
I don't think you need this much space to write a book.
No.
It doesn't need to be this long.
Leo Tolstoy needs to be entered into this thing of... What's it called? What is it called? Editing.
Quantity is worse than quality. Next one. This one's easy. This one will be quick. We are in a library. Global warming happens. There's a massive snowstorm. We can't get out of the library. We'll be trapped there for months. The power is out. We need to keep warm. We need to burn books.
So we burn
50 Shades of Grey.
And its sequels.
Yes.
Make good kindling.
There'll be loads of copies in the library, so that'll keep us warm for a good week. I don't think we need to say more. We both agreed on this one. I don't have a copy of it. Why would we? But yes, we're slightly jealous because our Harry Potter fanfictions never got turned into books. But then again, we didn't write porn.
Yeah, and terrible, terrible relationships.
Yeah.
So, for our last one that we have added, our last scenario, we're on a pirate ship and our ship comes into a field of rocks coming up out of the water and we just try and navigate around, and then all of a sudden you hear this voice singing. That, and look across and there's this mermaid sat on a rock. But then you, as you get closer, you're drawn in by her alluring voice. You realise it's a siren and she wants to eat you and take your soul. The only way to fend her off is to read her lines from the worst love story ever told.
Charles Webb's The Graduate. I liked The Graduate. I read it after I graduated. I understood how The Graduate was feeling. Up until he had an affair with Mrs. Robinson and then fell in love with her daughter. I just don't get it. He falls in love with her like that. I hate love stories where you can't see a progressible, understandable, coherent development of character. I don't mind love stories where they hate each other and then they learn to love each other because they realise that they're not completely different, they're actually the same.
Yeah.
I just don't like it when... I just don't like this. I liked the book, I just didn't like the love story. So I will be reading The Siren, the last few chapters of The Graduate.
I will be reading To the Siren, Twilight. There's plenty of content in this particular one, but I could... all the sequels, because this is drivel. It's awful. It's not good at all. It's not just the relationship between Bella and Edward, which is wrong and weird.
Mm-hmm.
But also Bella and Jacob, purely because... No.
No, the weirdest one.
And then there's Jacob and Renesmee, and that's the worst one!
I forgot she was called Renesmee. I was living in a nice little bubble where I'd forgotten that was a thing. Now I'm sad.
All of the relationships in this book are bad.
There are better love stories, children.
Better.
Do not read this one.
Don't read it.
So that was it. That was my book sacrifice tag. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, give it a little click below or subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Beth and I will be back soon, or maybe it'll just be me on my own.
Subscribe to me.
Yes,
Witches Inc.
Witches Inc. Go over there, I'll put a link below. We will be making more videos on that channel as well, so just, you know, keep up to date. Keep abreast of the situation.
Breast.